Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Maria if you're new here, and today's video is going to be another holiday look because I'm all into the holidays right now and watching holiday makeup tutorials and all of that. So I figured I would add another one to my channel. If you haven't watched the last one that I did, make sure that you go and watch it after this video. But this is the look that I came up with for you guys. I wanted to do something with glitter and I wanted to do something with a red lip. So this is what I created for you guys. I hope you enjoy the tutorial. Let me know in the comments down below if you did. And again, I'm sorry for the lighting. I'm filming in the afternoon because I woke up pretty late this morning because I'm not sleeping at night. I'm currently 35 weeks pregnant today. And I have reached the point where I am so uncomfortable. So uncomfortable. But I wanted to film another makeup tutorial for you guys. So I just kind of am working with what I have. Let's just jump right into the tutorial. The palette that I'm going to be using today is the Morphe 35R palette. I've had this palette for a couple months now, if I can open it, and I haven't used it yet. It's very pretty, has some mattes on this side and then some shimmers on this side. So I wanted to play with this today, and I'm going to be incorporating this NYX glitter also. So the first eyeshadow that I'm going to be using is going to be this one right here, this brown, as my transition color. And I'm just going to be putting this all over the crease. Really making sure that that color is blended. The next color that I'm going to use, I'm going to dip into the Huda Beauty palette, the Rose Gold edition, because I really wanted to use this red shade right here. This is in Man Eater, and I really wanted to use this in my outer crease just to see what it looks like. I don't really have a plan for this look. I'm just kind of winging it. So I'm just going to add that in the outer V. It's not as pigmented as I wanted it to be, but I'm sure we can build up the color. To the Morphe 35R palette. I'm going to be using this very nice champagne glitter eyeshadow, and I'm going to be using that all over my lid. Now I'm going to pick up more of that Man Eater shade in the Huda Beauty palette just to deepen up that outer V a little bit more. I will say this color is not as pigmented as I thought it would be. Definitely not working like the other eyeshadows that I've used in this palette. Okay, so now I'm going to move on to the glitter. And I'm going to be using the NYX glitter glue for this. So the brush that I'm going to be using is the Wet n Wild brush. It just looks like this. It's just a nice, I actually think this is a concealer brush. So I'm going to put that glitter glue all over my lid where I want the glitter to sit at. And with that same brush, I'm just going to pick up the glitter that's in the cap and place that right over top of that glitter glue. So I'm just using this Meet Matte Tremani, I don't really know. It's just a Meet Matte palette. I got this in a sample size. Just a nice burnt burgundy. Just to intensify that outer V, because I felt like that red just wasn't doing it. And as you can see, that it's made it a lot more pigmented. Oh yeah, that burgundy shade in the palette just wasn't doing it for me. I'm just going to pick up that same transition color that we used the first time, and I'm just going to blend everything out. When you're working with glitter, make sure that you are taking your time blending everything together, because it can be a little difficult to blend with glitter, but you just have to take your time. Now with this more pencil shaped brush, it's the Morphe R41, I'm just going to pick up that black shade. I'm just going to add a little bit of that black into the outer V, just to deepen it up a little bit more, make it a little bit more smoky. But I don't want to take away from that red shade. So I'm just putting it as low as I possibly can. And then with just a clean blending brush, this is the Morphe M502 brush. It's just a nice big fluffy blending brush. I'm just going to blend that out. So now I'm going to move on to eyeliner and eyelashes and my brows. So I'm going to do that. So I'm going to do that off camera just to save a little bit of time. If you want like a brow routine, let me know down in the comments below, and I will definitely do that for you. So I'm going to do all of that and I'll be right back. Okay guys, so I have my eyelashes on, the liquid eyeliner, and my brows are just about done. I use the Goof Proof Brow Pencil by Benefit in number 3. I'm just going to clean them up with some concealer really quickly. Okay, so I finished cleaning up my brows. Now I'm just going to run some brow gel in them. This is the Anastasia Beverly Hills Clear Brow Gel. This stuff is like glue. It's amazing. Okay, so for primers, I'm going to be switching it up. Oh my gosh. Shocker, right? I'm not gonna use the same 3. I'm going to be using the Makeup Forever Step 1 Smoothing Primer. This is just in a little travel size. And I'm going to use this right in this area to fill in my pores. all over my nose as well. The next primer that I'm going to be using is the Sonia Kashuk Perfecting Mattifying Primer. This is a really good primer that you can pick up at Target, I believe. Yeah. Just comes out like this. It's a little bit silicone type of deal. And I just pat this one in as well. So I just wet both of my beauty blenders. And I went and styled my hair really quickly. I just left it natural. I just put a little bit of like sea salt spray in it because that really helps with my natural curls. And then just sprayed a little bit of hairspray on the top to control like the little hairs. But that's kind of how I style like my natural curls, because I do have natural curls, as you can see. So I just put like some sea salt spray in my hair, and that's all I do to it. And it leaves me with really natural curls. So for foundation, I'm just going to use the same Milani Conceal and Perfect 2-in-1 foundation. I love this foundation. It's the only foundation that I've been using. For concealers, I'm going to be using the Tarte Shape Tape and the Smashbox Studio Skin 24-hour waterproof concealer. This one's a little bit too dark for me, and this one's too light for me, so I'm going to mix them together. The Tarte Shape Tape just adds coverage that the Smashbox doesn't quite give me, especially in the inner corner where I have like my dark circles. On camera it looks like they're the same color, but I promise they're not. The powder that I'm going to bake with is the Fit Me, the Maybelline Fit Me Loose Finishing Powder in Fair. Absolutely love this powder. Okay, so I finished putting all the powder, the baking powder, the powder all over my face to bake with. The sun is going down, so the lighting is going to be a little off. I'm really sorry. I can't wait to get a ring light. But it's going down, and if you hear like kids in the background or like cars and sirens and all that, sorry, but I have the window open because it's a really pretty day, and I have the AC off. So now to set the rest of my face, I'm just going to use the Rimmel Stay Matte powder. This is a really good drugstore powder. I think it's like less than $5. So if you are looking for a drugstore powder, definitely pick this one up because it is amazing. I really want to pick up more drugstore products to try because I know there's a lot out right now. And I want to try to do like a full face of like nothing but drugstore. Because I have a mixture of drugstore and high-end So let me know in the comments down below if you would be interested in me doing like a full face of just drugstore. And I'll definitely do that. I'm going to move on to contour and blush and bronzer and all of that. So I'm going to be using the Wet n Wild contour powder. This is a really good contour like shade. I need to pick up the other one. I don't know what the other one, because this one's in, what color is this? Caramel Toffee, and I know they have another one, and the bronzer is a little bit more like ashy tone, and I really want to try that bronzer because this one is a little dark for me, and it's super pigmented, so make sure that you tap off the excess and go in with like a light hand. Because as you can see, it's a little bit orangey, which I don't mind that as a contour. But I just really want to try the other one. And I'm also going to use this shade to bronze my forehead. That banana powder, I'm going to be using this dense, it's a contour brush, but I don't use it to contour. It's a Morphe R8, and I'm just going to clean up that contour just a little bit, nothing too crazy. And then I'm just going to blend that out with a big powder brush. It's the Morphe MB1. And for blush, I'm just going to pick up the Rockateur blush in my Cheekathon palette from Benefit. Alright you guys, back to filming. My dad had called me, so he needed my help with something. So I'm just going to wipe away all that powder that is underneath my eyes. There's somebody walking by. He's probably walking his dog. Okay, so I switched the camera because the lighting was just, yeah. So, so I'm gonna move on to highlighter. I don't know what highlighter I want to use. So for highlighters, I'm going to be using the Tarte Pro Glow palette. I'm going to be using these two shades, and I'm also going to be mixing the Jeffree Star and Manny MUA collaboration. This is a Skin Frost in Eclipse. It's a really pretty highlighter, but the pigmentation on this is not as good. Like, the more that I kept using it, it just wasn't what I thought it was going to be quite honest with you. But it works really well as like a topper on other highlighters. So I'm just going to be using a Stunner in this shade, not this one, because I'm going to be adding the Jeffree Star Manny MUA one. And the highlighting brush that I'm using is the Morphe M510 brush. I'm just going to pick up the Manny MUA and Jeffree Star one. Pretty. Okay, so I'm going to dip into this black shade right here with this like flat shader brush. This is the Morphe M432. And I'm just going to use this to put right underneath that lash line right there. Morphe E18 brush. It's just a nice domed shadow brush, and I'm going to pick up the same burnt burgundy shade that we use in the outer crease, and I'm going to use that to smoke out that black eyeshadow. Wearing black eyeshadow, so I feel like I look really different with the black eyeshadow. So I'm just going to pick up this banana shade and put this underneath my eyes to kind of wipe away any fallout and to brighten up the under eye just a little bit, because we did add those dark colors. And now for the inner corner, I'm just going to use that same highlighting shade that we use to highlight in Stunner. And I'm going to put this in the, I'm going to put this right here in this inner corner. To add mascara to the top and bottom lashes. So I'm just going to add a little bit of black eyeliner to the bottom and top waterline. This is the NYX retractable eyeliner in black. It's waterproof. I'm gonna highlight my brow bone using the same highlighting shade that we've been using. I don't know which reds to use. This is the Wet n Wild Liquid Catsuit in Missy and Fierce, and this one's the Too Faced Melted Matte in the color, where's the color? Lady Balls. It's an amazing name to name a liquid lipstick. I have them right here swatched. This one is the Too Faced, and this is the Wet n Wild. I'm kind of feeling the Too Faced one just because it's a little bit more darker, and the Wet n Wild has a little bit of a more pink undertone. So I don't really know. I'm gonna do the Wet n Wild. The lip liner that I'm using is the Milani Color Statement Lip Liner in True Red.